Hey guys, what's up? Today in Doc's Boost we're going to talk about drive shafts. Specifically, the goal of this video is to install a carbon fiber drive shaft on my GT500. Before I get under the car and replace the shaft, I want to talk briefly about the three types of drive shafts that I've gone through on my ride. And while showing you those three drive shafts, I'm going to share some of the important characteristics to consider when choosing the right shaft for your ride. Before we get started with any of that, make sure that you click the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to set notifications for all the content coming your way. And leave some comments down below as well. As you can see in front of me, we got the stock two-piece drive shaft with two constant velocity joints in there. A heavy piece of equipment for sure. The stock drive shafts are made from heavy steel and are designed for maximum noise, vibration, and harshness dampening. Your stock drive shaft is also designed to last the life of your daily driven car and is not designed with performance in mind. We have the aluminum drive shaft. We like to call the single piece, even though there's a sliding slip joint there. We still call it a one-piece aluminum drive shaft. No constant velocity joints on that one. Lightweight alternatives free up horsepower by letting the engine rev faster. Aluminum drive shafts can drop about 10 pounds from your Mustang. Aluminum drive shafts are significantly cheaper than their carbon fiber cousins, but they are strong and they do provide a significant increase in power that a stock drive shaft just can't deliver. But they do produce some harmonic noises into the cabin, so be aware of that when you make your choice. And then we have the brand new carbon fiber custom made drive shaft that we're about to install on this car today. Carbon fiber drive shafts are stronger than aluminum and produce less noise. Less noise is good for me. Carbon fiber is also safer to run because when aluminum fails, it shatters. When carbon fiber fails, it shears. Carbon fiber drive shafts are rated to withstand up to 900 horsepower and also come with upgraded U-joints and CV joints to deliver strong connections between your engine and your differential. And most people, like me, and I hope I'm about to prove that to you, find that carbon fiber drive shafts is the best choice in keeping cabin noise down when upgrading to a performance shaft. So we're getting closer to our goal, and that's to get that carbon fiber shaft under the car. But first, let's weigh them out. Let's see what each one of these shafts weighs so you can see the real difference. We'll see how much the two-piece drive shaft weighs. 29.7 pounds. So if you ever wondered, that's what it weighs. It comes stock with a two-piece for comfort more than anything else. Vibration-free comfort. Now for the one-piece aluminum for performance and reduced spinning mass. Aluminum drive shaft, 17.4. And then the carbon fiber shaft, 17.4. Looks like we got the same weight for the carbon fiber as the aluminum. Literature usually tells you that the carbon fiber is going to be a pound or two less. So what's the value of the added expense? Well, the value of the added expense is going to be based around safety more than anything else. Both of them are going to contribute to a reduced amount of spinning mass, which is going to give you or deliver better performance to the rear wheels. A carbon fiber versus a single piece aluminum shaft would be that the aluminum shaft can shatter and burst upon failure and explode and send shrapnel everywhere. Carbon fiber shaft won't shatter, won't explode. What it does, it shears, so it's a much safer decision. Side by side, you can't beat the look of a carbon fiber shaft. But one of the other things that it does for you is the harmonics thing. The reason why I don't have that aluminum shaft in there right now is that any noises that are produced at the rear end can be amplified by the ability for the aluminum tube to amplify the harmonics, sending that into the cabin. Unacceptable to a lot of us that use our performance ride for racing as well as our daily drive. And the carbon fiber shaft will not produce those same harmonics, so it's going to be a reduced noise situation as well. The next thing that we're going to do is get under the car and install that drive shaft. Some of the tools you're going to need is an impact driver with the I used a 1/2-inch drive adapter for my impact driver, a 1/2-inch drive ratchet, a 1/2-inch drive wobble extension with a 12mm 12-point socket. You're also going to need a 13mm socket and a 10mm socket. 13mm socket is for the carrier bearing, and the 10mm socket is going to be for the back of the drive shaft. And that covers the tools that you're going to need for this job. So we're going to be taking 12mm 12-point bolts out of the front. We've got carrier bearing 13mm bolts up here, 2 of them, and in the back we got 10mm bolts, and there's 8 of those that we need to get out of here. Okay, now what we got to do is loosen the bolts up front at the transmission side. Then we're going to roll back and we're going to get those bolts at the back of the drive shaft and loosen all 6 of those bolts. We're going to be removing the carrier bearing bolts last. Right now we're going to start removing the bolts from the rear, and then we're going to move forward and remove the bolts from the transmission side. Now we're going to go get and remove carrier bearing bolts. And then we're going to wiggle this drive shaft out of it. And then after we get that old one wiggled out, we're going to wiggle the new carbon fiber shaft in there. Alright, so I need the other drive shaft. Okay, I got it right here. Okay. This carbon fiber beauty. And man, this thing's looking good already. Now that has to clear to get in here, like so, like so. And we'll get a bolt in there. And another bolt, 3-bolt without a bracket. All right, a couple more. All right, so got the car back on the ground, carbon fiber drive shafts installed, everything's put away, we're ready to rock and roll. The only thing left to do is to do a test drive, right, to see how that thing's going to perform. One thing that we're interested in is making sure that it doesn't deliver any of those harmonics that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. So let's go take it for a test drive. All right, one of the first things you're going to feel with this test drive is the dramatic increase in acceleration. That 12.4 pound difference is an amazing change. It's an amazing difference, something that you can actually feel right out of the chutes. We didn't have to do much with the drive angle because that was already set, and you can always check out my drive angle video if you have any doubts about yours. Alright, here we go. Clear shot, perfect place. Carbon fiber shaft was a huge difference from the two-piece that I had in there, and I think and I'm thinking that was even feeling a lot better than that aluminum shaft. No vibration all the way up the range and no noise whatsoever. So that's a 2 thumbs up for Doc's Boost on carbon fiber shafts. I made the right choice for my ride. So if you haven't subscribed to Doc's Boost, now's the time. Click the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to set notifications for all the new content coming your way. And leave some comments down below about some modifications you did that you were really excited about and made a huge difference in the way your ride felt. And that's all I got for you in this episode of Doc's Boost. See you next time. Thanks for watching.